How you doing? Okay, let's find out if bumblebees fly. Okay, whoever put a Y for yes on from my last video, whoever put a Y for yes, no, they don't fly. Whoever put a no or N for no, you're correct. Bumblebees don't fly. They have wings, but those little wings is not picking up that big bumblebee. And I'm gonna play a video that's gonna explain it to you. That's why when I saw the bumblebee 2 times and it was windy outside, the wind didn't affect him. He just flew through the wind like it wasn't even there. Because this earth is it has what you call static electricity. This earth is electric. We are electric, whether you know it or not. But see, the bumblebee resonates. It has something in its throat and it vibrates, and it creates a magnetic field around it. And since the ground is negative or neutral, and the higher you go, it gets more and more positive. When the bumblebee resonates through his throat, and you see it on the video, that causes him or it to have a magnetic field around it and causes it to levitate. And that's why when I saw the bumblebee flying through the wind, like the wind wasn't even there. I mean, that little bumblebee was just cutting through the wind, like it wasn't even there. Yeah, that's why they're able to move around like that. Now, before I put the video on, yes, like I said, the Earth is static electricity. That's what holds us down. Uh, and the ground is neutral. Oh, I just thought about something else I wanted to tell you. The ground is neutral, and the higher you go up in the air, the more positive energy, the lighter things get. When you add a positive energy to the ground, the more positive energy that you add to something, the higher it goes or it levitates. And that's what the bumblebee does. It creates that magnetic field, which is like a type of electricity, and it causes the bumblebee to move. The wings just probably, there to help it resonate, but you see it on the video. And another thing I wanted to say, yes, like if people go to the beach, I heard this from uh, David, deep inside the rabbit hole. It makes sense. Um, it's good to go to the beach, not just to go to the beach, just because it's a fun thing. But when you go to the beach, do these two things: take off your shoes. Make sure you take off your shoes. Walk around. Now you're grounded. Now the energy flow is circulating from the sun to you to the ground. It sounds crazy, but it works. You'll feel better after a while. You feel a little bit more vibrant because you're grounded. When you have shoes on, you're not grounded because like it's just like something that's grounded. You put a paper between or a barrier between it that's not conducting electricity, or oh boy, it's been so long I've been messing with electricity. Yeah, something, say like you put a cloth between two wires. The electricity is not going to, the current is not going to flow. Something's between it. But when you take that, like the shoes, that's your shoes, okay? Now, when you take off your shoes or you take the cloth from between the two wires and put them together, now you're grounded. Now you got contact. Uh, you understand what I'm saying with that? With the ground, when you go to the beach, or even if you could walk around in your yard, but the beach is a good place. There's a lot of sun, and then the sand. You can walk around. Yeah, when your shoes are on, that breaks the connection. Okay, to the ground as being grounded. Hope I'm making sense, because there's a lot of stuff that this this has to do with as far as okay. Yeah, when you take your shoes off and you walk around barefoot on the beach, now you're grounded. Now you're getting the flow of energy from the sun, from the ground. It's going in a circle. You know, it's a circle. Uh, yeah, that should be explained it. That should explain it. And another thing, this sounds logical. You, to get not to prevent sunburn, don't wear sunglasses when you go to the beach. Your eyes think it's still dark, and the melanin in your skin. Okay, let me explain it first. When things get brighter, the melanin in your skin, your brain tells the melanin in your skin to do its thing. It activates it. You know, it makes it so that the brightness doesn't affect your skin. So, like when you're at the beach, if you wear sunglasses, your eyes see darkness. The brain doesn't interpret the light. That's the heavy sunlight. So the melanin in your skin doesn't activate to, block the sun. You don't need suntan lotion. It's been proven that people that wear sunglasses get sunburned faster than somebody that doesn't wear sunglasses. It sounds crazy, but there's some stuff that we don't know. I'm just trying to put some of these things out there. I'm a little sleepy. I just woke up, but I just let me make this. Okay, so all right, don't wear sunglasses when you go to the beach. Your brain can't interpret the light to compensate for the light of the sun and the melanin in your skin. It doesn't matter you're black or white, whatever, the melanin in your skin. It activates when you can see the light, your brain tells your skin, okay, we need some melanin here. It's kind of bright now, we got to block this. But like I said, it's a known fact. People that don't wear sunglasses don't get sunburned. Well, you can't stay out there too long now. You're going to get sunburned. But as fast as people that wear sunglasses, people that don't wear sunglasses don't get sunburned as fast as somebody that wears sunglasses. Your eyes can see the light. Your brain compensates, and it sends out the information to the melanin in your skin. Hey, we got to protect ourselves. All right, well, I'm kind of choppy. Still half asleep, but all right, now let's get into the video, and we're going to see how bumblebees work. And maybe I'll comment at the end. All right, enjoy the video.
There's only one law, and that's you either know or you don't know. There's no guesswork. It's like you know when you're hungry, you know when you want to sleep, you know when you want to go to the restroom. These are knowing. These are all natural knowings. It has a great deal of difference from the synthetic or invented system of guesswork, of belief, if you will. You can believe this, but somebody can come along and get you to disbelieve it, and vice versa. So you go around and around and around all your life sometimes for some people, and never seem to get anywhere until you stand up and look into natural law, which is either you know or you don't know. And if you don't know, then you proceed along a line that's comfortable for you. You proceed into the subject matter that you're studying, and you don't give up until you know what it is. There's no more guesswork. And you don't have to try to do this, because if you're following natural law, it will come to you. All you have to do is start it. The first step is just, I want to learn this, I want to know this. And just start it, and pretty soon it will start teaching you. I was in physics class, and the teacher was saying, bumblebees can't fly. It's impossible. They can't, aerodynamically, they can't fly. And I was on the second floor of the classroom, and I looked out the window, and there was a big, beautiful bumblebee staring at me right in the eye. And he was standing there doing something that this guy said he couldn't do. I ran into a person. His name was Arthur Aho. What Aho explained to me was that, and he told me about the Heisenberg principle, that anything you look at, you are vibrating energy. You are radiating out of these eyes. You're radiating energy. You're a live being. And everything you're looking at, you're changing right in front of your eyes. You don't realize it consciously, but that's what's happening. So you're never going to get to the absolute, because the energy it takes to measure something also changes it. So I said, okay, well, what's that got to do with the bumblebee and the teacher? He said, well, he was right. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, he said a bumblebee can't fly aerodynamically. Yeah, and he's right. And I said, well, what did bumblebees do? And they said, well, they levitate. And I said, well, how's that? And he says, come on, I'll show you. And he showed me. He wrote a book, incidentally. I don't know if it's still in print. It's in the Library of Congress. The book is called Tomorrow's Energy Need Not Be Fuel. And in that book, he gave reference to what I'm talking about, that that of levitation, that the bumblebee, when he starts to beat his wings, when he starts to flap his wings, there's a little cavity, a hollow cavity next to the larynx inside his system that's hollow. And when he beats his wings, he starts to resonate this energy, and it goes back and forth, just similar to a guitar strumming on one side of the room and hitting the same chord on the other side of the room, or somebody hitting a high C and breaking a crystal. It's the same thing, it's resonance. And he said what they do, they resonate. And when they resonate, they eventually reach the resonance of the field around them. And he explained it this way to me, that the earth was, of course, spinning, but it was operating on a frequency of 8.5 hertz per second or so forth. And he says once this bumblebee hits that resonant frequency of its surroundings, it becomes a free agent. It creates a magnetic bubble around itself, and it can go anywhere it wants. And I said, well, that's not in any of the science books. He said, I know. You probably never see it there either, but that's what happens.
You would think that if gravity's so strong it's holding skyscrapers down to it, we would be flat on the ground.
There is gravity all the way out to the moon and beyond.
The natural physics of density and buoyancy already perfectly explained why apples fall down. Objects fall or rise based on their relative density to the medium surrounding them. Apples fall because they are denser than the air, while helium balloons rise because they are lighter.
No gravity necessary.
This is why raindrops fall down through the air and air bubbles rise.
The electrostatic force, which is scientifically provable, testable, repeatable, is 10 to the 36 power stronger than gravity. Do you guys know how big of a number 10 to the 36 power is? I don't think our human minds can comprehend a number that huge, right? Because a trillion is 15 zeros. Okay? 10 to the 36 is 36 zeros. Every time you add a zero to a number, it just exponentially bigger. It's absolutely insanity. But they say that it's stronger. So let's pretend that the gravity also is real, because we know that electrostatic force is real. And I drop something. How the hell can you say that it's gravity that's pulling it down? The analogy I came up with the other day, and I think I like it, is you're in a boxing ring with Mike Tyson at his prime. And the thing that's going to make you get knocked out is something hitting your head. Well, there's several things hitting your head. There's air molecules hitting your head, and there's Mike Tyson's fist. Okay? In the globalist world, it's the air molecule that knocked you out.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous even when you just think like, all right, if this thing's holding a skyscraper down, you shouldn't even be able to jump off the ground even an inch, you know what I mean? Why can you easily, I mean, it's just crazy.
And then if you look at clouds are electrostatically floating in the air. You know, why do these cumulus clouds have these beautiful sharp edges to them, right? You know, they're lying about everything that we see. And this is the last one, Silent Drone, MIT. They're just changing the electrostatic charge. There's no moving parts. There's no sound and it's flying. Are we defying gravity, or are we just playing with the electrostatic forces of the Earth?